Welcome back to Tailgate Talk. Today, we are giving our predictions for every single NFL team, what's going to happen in the divisions. At the end of the video, we're going to preview the Super Bowl, awards, all inclusive. It would be highly appreciated if you could drop a like, get in the comment section, put your predictions, let your voice be heard. Let's get started right away. We'll go to the AFC East. Where would you like to begin, Buck?
I'm fine with starting there. Just so you guys know as well, we did not discuss beforehand, so our list will probably be a little bit different, but I do have the Bills winning the AFC East.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they're going to top the division. Usual suspects, Josh Allen, James Cook, alongside with the acquisition of DJ Moore. If they could just figure out their system and how to translate it into the playoffs, I would love to be talking about the Bills making a deep run. Let's continue. What else, Buck?
I have the Patriots at second, and it's mainly just because I don't know if May's going to be able to do it again, is what it is. I think they have a really good team. I think no matter what, the Jets and the Dolphins are going to be behind them for sure. It'll be between the two of them, but I do think the Patriots are going to make the playoffs. A little teaser for earlier too, or for, I guess, for later.
Yeah, I also have the Patriots. I do believe that Drake May is going to have more hurdles. The schedule got more difficult. They still made great signings. I mean, he has improved weapons, I would argue, at the wide receiving core, which leads us to the Jets and the Dolphins. I have the Jets next in line. I don't know where you went there, and then the Dolphins finishing last. I kind of feel like even if the Dolphins play well, I don't think it'll be well enough. And then for the Jets, I don't know if it's just because I live in New York, Buck. I have optimism, maybe just the amount of punishment this franchise has dealt with. I just want the feeling of joy. We saw the Knicks win over last summer. Give the Jets something, a little optimism for the people.
I think the Jets are due for a little bit more punishment. What I have written down here is I think the Jets suck. I just think the Dolphins suck a little bit more. So I had them
beautiful analysis, Buck.
Third and fourth there as well. Let's go to the AFC North next, and I have the Ravens to win with the new head coach. I also just thought last year with the Ravens was so weird. There was that one game where they played against the Bills. They should have won. I think it was the very first game of the season. And ever since then, nothing felt right going forward. But I think they're going to have a bounce back year, so I have the Ravens.
I think it's sort of strange with the Ravens last year because they also struggled plenty of time on the defensive end, which is sort of very anti that franchise in the history of the franchise. But at number one, this is going to be maybe our first hot take. I already knew
it's going hot.
It's going very hot.
I knew it.
I've got the Bengals winning the division. I'm fully bought in. You know where I'm at with Joe Burrow and the weapons that he has, the way that he's talking. I think the aura is just growing, and the Bengals will be back to giving out the business.
Which I have them at second. The only concern ever with Joe Burrow is the fact that he's just never healthy the entire season. But we saw what happens when he is, and it was they made the Super Bowl when he was there. So it's just hard for me to trust it. I know they made some changes to the defense, so I think it could flip-flop either way. But I have them finishing second, and I think we're both probably the same for third and fourth, which is the Steelers. And then it was announced today or yesterday that Deshaun Watson's going to be starting for the Browns. So you can't really think they're going to do anything better than last, is my opinion.
Yeah, I have the Ravens in second. But we should mention, you brought up the injuries with Joe Burrow. We saw, of course, Lamar getting hurt last year and the difference that makes for the Ravens. And maybe just the locker room, too. The way that players perform or play with their chest or play with their heart for some of these guys and just giving them a chance for more opportunities. I do think the Steelers are a little bit of a sleeper. They're clearly the third team. I mean, The Browns are to the Browns. I like the duality with the receivers. I like the defense. I like the fan base. There's no doubt they'll be competitive. It's just a matter of, do you think Aaron Rodgers still has enough to get him over the hump? Are they going to bring it all together? You got a new head coach. Even though I think it's been a good fit, I'm just going to throw that out there. I wouldn't be surprised if this moves around. And the Browns with Deshaun, that man just feels defeated or looks defeated. He's rich. He's super rich. But he's super rich. But he comes out like, bro, I'm getting upset about people booing me. Like, I'm not here to put him down. All right. That's not what I'm trying to do in this video. Yeah. But these are pro athletes at the highest levels. You're making, in his case, hundreds of millions of dollars guaranteed. You're going to get criticism. You're going to get criticism.
How the world works, man. Yep.
I can't believe they announced him. I know you're not the biggest Shador guy. You know, I'm not a big Gabriel Dillon guy. I just rather see the Browns at least try. Invest in a future of youth that want to be there, that clearly want to play football. Deshaun doesn't feel like he wants to play football to me. When I saw that press conference, I was like I already was written off, but really, truly, like, this can't be the guy. And then they announce him, 2 or 3 days after the press conference.
It feels like with him. Yeah, no, I was going to say what it feels like with him is that he has this giant chip on his shoulder because he knows the world basically hates him right now, that he wants to become the man so badly again. I just don't see it happening. But
I don't know if he does, though. That's the problem, Buck.
That's
the situation,
dude.
If I felt that way, I would feel different. If I felt like he had that, hey, the world's against me, let me prove that I have, or let me go out and prove that I have. I did not get that energy from him. That's where I'm bothered. I think he is the most talented of the three quarterbacks. I want to be very clear. If you're talking about best available, yes, but I don't think his headspace is there. I don't think he's in it anymore. He's already made his money. He's been done well with that. He missed last season. You're at the Browns, which I think in general, that is a hard mental space to get past. You no longer have Myles Garrett, but they have so many defensive options. I go on and on this, but go ahead. Sorry, Buck.
Enough about the fourth place Browns. Yeah, it's all right.
Let's move on.
All right, yeah. So we've had, I guess first division, the exact same. Last one difference. AFC South is next. I have a feeling that we're both going to be on the same boat here. I think Houston Texans are going to win. They started off crazy slow last year, and when they picked it up, that defense is just so damn good. You know me, I'm not a believer in Stroud. I don't think I ever will be, but I think he's more than good enough in this division to get him over the hump.
And if you remember last season, Marks kind of had to step up, but we had to use an aging Chubb, a Chubb that just retired. And because we had Joe Mixon, who had a mystery injury or still has the mystery injury, and nobody really knows exactly what's happened. But I will say now the consistency of Montgomery, who again, coming from the Lions, I've always felt that he was maybe the best, but definitely up there for best backup running backs in the league. And now he's getting a chance. He'll get those carries. We still play kind of an old school way of football with D'Amico, like wants to lead by the running. He'll get plenty of opportunities. And we have good versatility between the running backs. I got the Texans in first as well. You knew that's where I'd be. Who do you have in second?
I have Jacksonville finishing second. I think we were not high on them at all last year, but I do think they have a good team. I like their head coach a whole lot. Travis Hunter will be back, which I think that'll be a lot of fun to watch this season again. I don't think they're better than the Texans, but I don't think the Colts are going to be as good. I felt like that Daniel Jones run last year was pretty incredible, and I don't know if he's going to be able to repeat it. So I have Jacksonville second.
Yeah, I've got us flip-flopped. I got the Colts in second, maybe a little bit of a surprise choice here. But, you still got an O-line that's absolutely outstanding. And that plays such a big factor because you can call your plays. You can make plans around that. I'm going to bring it up again in this division. I also have the Jaguars third. I'm assuming that you flip-flopped. So maybe
yeah. And then Titans are fourth, yeah.
And then so Titans in fourth. Well, I will say this. I am looking forward to watching Cam Ward actually have a chance now. And he's even getting used to, this is what I was going to talk about with the Colts. This is the first time that he's got to play football at a professional level where it looks like he might have some protection. It's weird. You have to get used to it. If you watched, so I obviously watched this division very closely.
Yeah.
Last year, the Titans were awful, but it starts with this guy's never comfortable. Every time he's coming out of that snap, he's having to move. He's having to run. He knows that somebody's coming for him. He has to get off the ball. It doesn't allow you to sit in the pocket. It doesn't allow you to kind of let things develop naturally and to get timing perfect and so forth. I'm not saying the Titans are going to be good, clearly, but I do think we're actually going to see a chance or have the Cam Ward will have a chance to make progression. Last season was a rough watch. It wasn't his fault last year either. Yeah. They didn't have anything. Everything was bad. I didn't like anything about the Titans last year.
All right, well, we are the couple disagreements, but obviously let us know in the comments what you guys think as well, too. We can head over to the AFC West now. I'll let you go first because mine is extremely biased.
Oh, I love it. The Broncos defense wins championships, or at least it's going to win games. I think also traveling with that altitude in Denver, that's tough. Bo Nix proves us wrong constantly. They upgraded the wide receiver core with Waddle, and you still got the Sean Payton system. Like, I'm not a Broncos guy at all, but I do believe in them having back-to-back years of success.
All right, I am the opposite for the fact that I think the Broncos won way too many games last year that were like one.
Hold on. Shoot.
Sorry. We can leave that in the video, please. All right. I think the Broncos won way too many games last year where it was like they were all one-score games. I do think their defense is incredible, but I also think the Chargers' defense is damn near as good as their defense as well. I think Justin Herbert's better than Bo Nix, I'm going to be honest. And I do think that us adding Mike McDaniel as the new offensive coordinator, I think will play a huge difference as well. With the Chargers, and obviously I'm biased towards it. So I have us first. I have the Broncos second because I do still think they're a good team. I just think the Chargers have the edge on them this year. Third place, I did take the Chiefs, though, just because Mahomes is coming off an injury. It feels like the team's aging a bit, too. There's a lot of changes. And then Raiders fourth. But I'm assuming yours were probably the same for third and fourth.
Oh, we're gonna mix up, brother. We're gonna mix.
Did you go Chiefs second?
List. So I got the Chiefs in second.
Wow. Okay.
I just can't see them missing the playoffs back-to-back years. That's the reality. And I have the Chargers third. I don't think the Chiefs is a better team than the Chargers. I actually think the opposite. But I know the Chargers don't have Mahomes, and a lot of this is based on Mahomes being able to get this done for his legacy. I agree with everything you said. It's an aging team. You got some question marks. You don't have as much star power in certain key positions either, but I just will be shocked if they don't make the playoffs for back-to-back years. The Raiders, it's interesting because I'm going to assume that Mendoza's going to be the starter, or at least he's going to play a major role this year.
At some point, yeah, he's got to, yeah.
Surely. I mean, he looked pretty good in the preseason, and I like pieces of the Raiders team. I think they'll be better than last year, but it's hard to bet on a rookie QB, or if you want to bet on Kirk Cousins, whatever you want to do. I think both scenarios in this division, very difficult to kind of get behind and make a real case.
I was going to say, it's basically what I have written down is I hope Mendoza does really well. I just don't think they're going to do better than anybody else is really what it is in that division. So
it's a tough division. There's no other way around it.
Yeah,
just you got to play all these guys a couple of times. I don't know if you're going to be able to get those wins that you need to actually make a case to be playoff potential or even make a running within the division.
We should go to one of the games in Vegas this year. It'd be fun.
I'm down. Say less.
All right, let's head over to the NFC now. NFC North. We've talked about it quite a bit. I think we both have said that we're on the Lions. What's it called? We're on the Lions bounce back year. We've talked about it in many videos, so I'm assuming you want them first. That's what I have. The Lions season last year was so weird. They're still so damn good though. So I think this year they're back to normal.
Oh, you switched it up. I thought we were going to go NFC East, but that's fine. We can go to the North. I also have the Lions, and I hope that I'm right about this. I mean, Gibbs is going to put on a show. He just got paid. It's going to be a bounce-back year. I believe in the coaching staff. I mean, the reality is this is the most competitive division that we have in football. So I don't know if there's too many wrong takes here. We can go down this list. I'd love to know how you've got it playing out, or you can let me. I'll take it. I don't mind. But
I'll go second. Then I think the Bears are going to finish second. I think they are still a very good team. I just think they won so many weird last-second games last year that it's going to be really hard to replicate that again. So yeah, I believe in Caleb Williams though, which is something I never thought I was ever going to say because I hated him for quite some time. But he's a good player, and it leaves me with Jordan Love finishing third at the Packers because I do not believe in Jordan Love whatsoever, but probably the only person in the NFL, and there's a few actually, that I believe in less is Kyler at the Vikings. So I have the Vikings finishing fourth.
We are most definitely disagreeing in this division. I've got the Vikings second. People have forgot about Kyler Murray, all right? He's no scrub, and now he's got Jefferson, Addison, Jennings. He's got a lot of motivation. He's still got Hawkinson there. And I want to remind people, this is a good O-line that the Vikings have. They have a great defense as well. The problem was the QB, and I think they've solved that. Where it's you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it this year. I got the Bears in third place, just a little bit of a roller coaster. We saw them last year, made for a lot of excitement. This year, I'm thinking maybe more agony. And then I have the Packers in last place, and I might not be able to go to Wisconsin for a couple years based on that statement.
This division can go so many different ways, and I think we'll figure it out kind of early on who's going to step up. And I think it really is the big question mark. The Vikings is Kyler, and that's pretty much it. It's
almost a reverse divisions. I don't know if you're going to the South next or the East, but if we go to the South, it's like the opposite problem. Yeah, everybody in the North is great. Yeah. Everybody in the South is kind of like, who's going to make this happen?
Exactly. Let's go East for now. Okay. And I do have the Eagles finishing first. I think they had such a weird year last year.
I was gonna do this when you said that.
No, I saw you doing it. And I was like, soaring. I realized we were on the wrong one. I have the Eagles finishing first, though. I think they're just too good of a team, and I also just don't think the rest of the division is that good. I think Dallas struggles so horrifically on defense. I think their offense is sick, but they're just not better than the Eagles. I think the Giants will have a better year because of Jackson Dart. John Harbaugh went over there as well now too, which I think can make a huge difference. We'll see if Dart can stay healthy because he's a psychopath how he plays. And then the Commanders, it feels like just overwhelmingly everybody always gets hurt. So I have them finishing fourth, but you give me your four.
So you had the Eagles, the Cowboys, Giants, and then Commanders.
Yeah,
correct?
Those are my four, yeah.
I've got the Eagles. As much as I love to go against Philly, I actually can't believe they weren't better last year. It almost felt as if the offensive coordinator was working against them. If you watched...
He was betting on the games or something.
It was unbelievable. Yeah, there should be an investigation opened on what was happening with the Eagles last season. The talent is unbelievable what they have. Young guys, veterans, key figures, leadership. We don't have to go on and on. This is maybe a hot take. I got the Giants in second. Okay. And I'm really putting a lot of this on the Harbaugh effect. And I mean, there will be some questions around injuries. They got a couple guys that, it's going to be hard to say. Like, is Neighbors going to give us a full season? He had like a double knee surgery of some sort. The way that Scadaboo plays, there's questions around that. And we can go even Jackson Dart with some of the hustle and bustle. Either way, I got the Giants second. The Cowboys on paper have a way better team. There's so many positives. I just think they're the Cowboys, and somehow they screw this up, and I'm happy to go against them. But this is like such a definition of the Cowboys, right? They spent a bunch of money. They have incredible players in all the key offensive places. The offensive line's not an issue. Last year, obviously the worst defense basically in the league.
They were horrible.
They'll figure out a way. They will figure out a way to make this a messy division. And then the Commanders in last. I'm just not convinced on a full season from Jaden Daniels, to your point. And I can't take the Commanders higher, not knowing or not feeling confident with that. I'm happy to be wrong. I'd love for him to not miss any games.
Yeah, I don't think I dislike Jaden Daniels. The whole thing that just happened with the LSU situation was a little weird, but yeah, we'll see what happens with them. But Giants second, all right. You are a little higher on the New York teams than I am.
I'm going all hard on the New York teams right now.
Yeah.
I live in New York City, full bias, I guess. I don't really support these teams, but maybe I just want some more love in New York.
I just want everybody to be smiling a little bit more around town. All right, NFC South I did next. I think the Panthers are going to win it. I think some of those young guys are getting a little bit better. I also just like after what happened last year with the Buccaneers, it kind of scares me Baker Mayfield right now. It was he got hit hard. I think it was against the Rams when he got hit, and he just never looked the same the remainder of the season. He looked scared the rest of the season. But I do think they're going to finish second. Saints, I have it third. I think no matter what, I think this is all going to be like a 2-game difference, by the way. I don't think one team's like head over heels better than the other. I thought Tyler Shuck was sick the second he came in last year. He actually looked good. He won them a lot of games. I just don't know if the Saints are a better team than the Buccaneers at this point. And then last is the Falcons. I think Bijan should just dip, personally. I don't believe in Tua whatsoever. Their defense scares me a bit as well, too. So
he got paid, Buck. He's going to be around.
He did get paid. He did.
They all got paid. Pitts got paid. They got paid, brother.
So to recap,
not going anywhere.
Panthers, Bucks, Saints, and then I have Falcons fourth.
First division, we disagree on every single choice. I've got the Saints winning the division. I love Olave. I'm a big fan of Tyler Shuck, or maybe not a big fan, but I'm a supporter. I see the upside. We got to witness that last season. You obviously brought in Travis Etienne. I just think this team's better than what people are thinking in a very mediocre division. I mean, most teams have kind of clear pros and cons. I got the Bucks in second, but this is also maybe a dangerous choice. Like, we have a contract situationship for Baker. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's working against it. It's also the best advertisement for your future in the NFL. It's sort of always been something that's part of his story, but I wouldn't say on paper the Bucks are overly impressive. But again, it's the NFC South. I have the Falcons in third, and I just can't believe that we're still talking about the Falcons not being a playoff contention with this division with the likes of Drake London and Bijan and Pitts. But I already see the early turmoil in the locker room with the quarterbacks. I don't like either of the quarterbacks. We saw Jalen Walker towards ACL. He's missing the entire year because that was a big investment that they had made with the draft choices previously to get these pass rushers. They're one of the best last year. Then I have the Panthers last. And I know that sounds wild, going from winning the division to losing the division, quite literally last place. I just think it's an inconsistent program. And last year they got away with it. This year, I don't know if it's going to be more of the same. It's a weird division. We'll just leave it off there, which leads us to the last division, the NFC West. Buck, take it away. I want to get out of that division. I can see the comments coming in typing.
Yeah, well, one of us is going to get it right, I think. But we did have one that was the exact same. We think the Bucks will finish second. So that's the only thing we agreed on there. NFC West. I think it's wild. I mean, we got people coming out of retirement to come play for this Rams team because I think everybody's so damn high on them right now with Myles Garrett going there. I have the Rams finishing first. The Seahawks I have in second. Basically, the entire roster returns. I just don't think anybody on paper is better than the Rams this year. I really don't. I think
maybe not even on paper. Maybe just period. Like, yeah, it's like a creative team in Madden, bro.
No, it's not fair. It's really not fair. It's like a pay-to-win team.
Even the improvements the Rams made were to the areas that they said, oh, maybe we're not perfect here, and they went and grabbed some of the best players in those positions, improved the secondary. I just can't see how the Rams would not be good.
Yeah, I really can't.
Or be great. Be great is maybe a better way. Continue, please.
So yeah, Rams first. I have Seahawks second. I have the 49ers finishing third. I always, once again, there's kind of one of those teams where maybe this is just like, we see it every year. They're always hurt. Someone always gets hurt, whether it's offensively, defensively, both sides of it. I don't think that they are stronger than the Seahawks, returning everybody. I don't think, obviously, they're stronger than the Rams. And then in fourth place, might be the easiest fourth place call of the entire NFL. I think it's going to be the Cardinals.
Yeah, my review of the Cardinals are in big trouble. That's all I wrote down.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are in big trouble. So
Fair.
I also have the Rams leading. I just, again, I struggle to see a different pathway. I'm not mad at the Seahawks. I'm a flip-flop to your point. Like, they surely will be an incredible football team and organization. You also don't want to play in Seattle. 49ers, I always say, if there's a way, there's a will, and they will find the way or the will. Some of the best coaching we've seen throughout injuries. I mean, last season, I cannot believe
they still figured it out. It was incredible.
How many wins they came out with. And I mean, especially when you're also missing your quarterback. That's always the big leader, I feel like, in the NFL. Even though I will say Mac Jones was amazing, and he's done a lot for his stock, and the Cardinals obviously in fourth. So we have the exact same NFC West.
All right.
That might be the only division I think we're the absolute pick by pick.
Would you like to head over to the teams we think will make the playoffs then, or should we do
Sure. I think we should go one by one on the playoffs and just like list out for which conference, and then work through that. So we have 7 teams for each conference. Would you like me to begin?
Or yeah, you start us off.
All right, so let's start. Let's go back to the AFC. I've got the Bills, the Patriots, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Texans, the Broncos, and the Chiefs.
Okay.
That's my 7.
My playoff teams for the AFC are the Bills, the Ravens, the Texans, the Chargers, Broncos, Patriots, and Bengals. I believe that is my 7 there.
Yeah, so we don't actually have that many major shifts here. I don't believe
Chargers.
So
I had to put in there. Is what?
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I mean, also they have a great defense. Secondary's spot on with the Chargers. The offensive line's getting better. There's no reason not to believe. And then coming out of the AFC. Are you ready for this? We're creating our Super Bowl. I've got the Broncos. Not happy about it at all. I think the system with Sean Payton, you can insert a bunch of players. They improved the wide receiver core. The defense is still the same, at least with the majority of the defense, the key areas of the defense. I got the Broncos. Not happy about it. Don't want to repeat it, but that's what I did.
I don't want them to repeat it either. I think the Bills are going to do it. Finally.
I'd love that. I'd be so much happier with that, Buck. I just don't know. I think we're at that point, Buck. I think we're at that point where it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I just think like the Bills for the playoffs, it's become a thing. They're not going to do it.
I hope they do. I really like Josh Allen. My entire TikTok feed this week has been Josh Allen being super nice to kids, and I don't know. I really love the guy. So that is my team to come out of there. And then for the NFC, I have the Lions, the Bears, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Panthers, which would obviously be yours because you had them finishing last. The Eagles and the 49ers are my 7.
Relatively similar. I've got the Eagles, the Lions, Vikings, Saints, Rams, Seahawks, 49ers. So the only shift is going to be that Panthers-Saints swap, I think, if I heard that right.
I'm assuming we both have the same team to come out of it as well, too.
Probably not. I have
the Rams.
Yeah, I figured you did.
Yeah.
I think somehow they're going to blow it, too. I think they're not going to make it to the Super Bowl somehow here. They have everything. I think that they have too perfect of a team. They have too perfect of a team, and they're not going to make it happen. So I've really messed with this heavy, and I've got the Lions coming out with some sort of breakthrough, which would just make history for everybody. And then I have the Broncos winning the Super Bowl, which I'm not happy about either. I'd love for the Lions to run, but I'm not happy with the Broncos choice at all.
Fair. All right. We will head over quickly to our...
Wait, who do you have winning? Who do you have winning the Super Bowl for you?
Oh, my bad. It's the Rams. I think the Rams are going to win. I think Josh Allen's going to get there. Yeah,
Maybe I'm just trying to shake it up at this point.
I would love if it got shaked up.
Yeah. To roll with the Rams when you look at by position.
No, it's
the
too
coaching
easy.
Staff and the leadership. And it's like, there's no way.
It's very true.
Way, but...
All right, NFL awards. I say let's start off with NFL MVP. I am, once again, very high on him. I'm doing Josh Allen as my guy. I think just what happened in the playoffs last year is going to play such a factor where he's going to come in and be even more of a demon than he already is. So he's my NFL MVP.
And for the NFL MVP, I have Joe Burrow. You knew what was happening. You knew what was going to be said. I've been very consistent with my messaging. Let's continue.
Offensive Player of the Year, I went with Gibbs. Montgomery's gone now, and I think the Lions are going to be sick this year, so I think Gibbs is going to have a good year.
I don't think we're right. I also put down Gibbs. I just don't think we're right. I think it's too clear on paper right now. But everything says that he should be fed and involved in basically everything. And the Lions can't afford another year where they don't make the playoffs, even though they were over 500. But they've got to just continually give it to him. There won't be the same split, to your point. I think they picked up Pacheco. Pacheco ain't going to do nothing.
I think he might have already gotten dropped, which would make my heart happy if he did. So
Pacheco out of here.
Defensive Player of the Year, I have Myles Garrett at the Rams. I just think he's the best in the league by a country mile. So it's hard for me to go with anybody else.
I think the Rams are going to be on offense so much. He's not going to get the same type of opportunity. I got Will Anderson. From my Texans.
Okay.
I think CJ will give plenty of chances, and we have conservative play calling anyway, and Will Anderson is the main man. And because we have so much talent on the defensive side of the field, you can't put double coverages or on Will Anderson. So he's going to have a lot of opportunity to go 1v1, and he's going to dominate that.
Okay. All right. For basically the same reason, I guess, that you just mentioned, my offensive rookie of the year, I think it's going to be Jeremiah Love, because I think the Cardinals are pretty much always going to be on offense is what's going to happen. And they're going to be losing. So I have him. Maybe the run game, they don't go as crazy with it, but we'll see.
I mean, he's going to be the main list as a favorite. I'd like to see Jordan Tyson. I just don't know if he's going to play enough. I'd like to see, I think he's going to be a perfect second option, especially with Olave at the Saints. I don't know if I'm getting too ambitious because I know he has an injury and he's going to miss.
He's out until October, I believe.
3 games, maybe more. I don't know if it can be done within the time period that he's going to be playing, but I really like him for this award. Can I just put an asterisk of Jordan Tyson? I just don't know if it's going to be possible. As much as Love's going to get the ball and he has the talent, I want to go elsewhere. I wouldn't even mind if maybe a Carnell Tate made a run for Tennessee.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of sold on like Cam Ward having to air it out. It'll be a better opportunity for the Titans to do something. And again, I think they're going to be chasing the game a lot. And so let's do that. We're leaning Carnell Tate, but I want an asterisk that I want it to be Jordan Tyson. I think he's in a better position. I just don't know how many games he's going to miss. And like at some point,
that plays a factor.
Statistics are going to come into it, right?
Yep.
Defensive rookie. Who do you have?
I did Sonny Styles, man.
Same.
Did
same
you? Okay, I have written down here. I said I projected he was going to go way lower in the draft than he did, and I'm not letting him make me look stupid twice. So I am going to give him Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, shout out. Same. I guess my argument would be also made that the Commander is going to play a lot of defense. So if we're stat chunking or whatnot, he's going to have a lot of statistics. Those are our takes. I'm not sure how hot or cold some of them are. There's no doubt in my mind. Most of you or many of you will disagree with where we're heading. So I look forward to your comments, and also make sure to subscribe, please. And thank you. This has been Tailgate Talk.